Hey, Gary here. Wanted to share my experiences downwinding, hopefully offer some helpful tips. Why you should listen to me. Good question. One, I'm not a professional waterman. I'm not a good surfer. I'm not a good foiler. I'm not a good downwinder. Like, I can certainly survive out there, but I'm just trying to get better like everybody else. And a lot of the videos that I watched, they like really good information. Um, some of it's just like so abstract, especially downwinding because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know where to start. And that's totally fine, it kind of, there's an old saying in Polynesian culture that says the pain is part of the tattoo, right? And so, you want this permanent thing with you, the skill, ability, art. You have to go through the pain, but hopefully, I can make it easier for you. So, let's just start off with the path and kind of what you can expect when you first start downwinding. Okay, this is on the infamous Kaikoo's run. Okay, over here you can see we have jump rock. Let me get you a little closer here. When you jump off jump rock, uh, it's pretty dry out there. You're gonna have to flip your board, paddle one handed, hand on your board with one hand. It's gonna be waves coming in, hitting you. It's a little nerve wracking the first time you do it, but it's certainly doable. Just know that over here on this side, it gets super shallow very, very fast. Not that out here isn't shallow where you're paddling through, but out here it gets deeper much quicker. But what happens is the waves and the wind are pushing you this way. So it can get a little crazy in there. But anyway, so you make it outside. I think the best place to chip is right here at this spot, Jump Rock Chip 1. The reason is that obviously when you take off, you're going to get pushed this way, and you want to start getting going outside as soon as you can. What this picture doesn't show are the swells and sets that come up out here. Yeah, so if you take off from anywhere in here, you don't have as much time to get outside. But one disadvantage over here is that when you do take off, there is a possibility that you're going to have to pump over some small waves. Uh, so, yeah, just something to be aware of. But here at this, so let's say you do take off on chip one, right? This is somebody again who is just starting this downwind thing. The first time you get up on foil, you're not going to know what you're looking for. You're going to be pumping super duper hard, and so this line is about 500 meters. So I would say any of your average foiler that knows how to pump, that's in decent shape, should be able to pump at least 500 meters. Along with the wind will be blowing you, pushing you along as well. Um, so yeah, you should be able to get to 500 meters. You're not going to know what you're looking for. You're probably going to fall somewhere over here. Now you got a choice to make, right? Either paddle all the way back to chip one, which isn't a bad idea at all, or you paddle over here to chip two, jump rock chip two, or you paddle in to mansions. When you're first starting out, I recommend you either go back to jump rock chip two or chip one. The reason being is that you need to start learning to read bumps as fast as possible. And while you can chip in these other places, um, the bumps can be good, but I feel like I learned the most bump reading skill out here. So I would recommend Jump Rock Chip 2 or Jump Rock Chip 1. Now, the nice thing about Chip 2 is that it spits you right out into this channel. The problem is with this one is that it's almost a guarantee. This is a 500 meter. This is a 500-meter line. Um, the problem here is from Chip 2 is you're guarantee you're going to run into groundswell, and it's going to look really tempting for you to want to turn on it. And if you do, if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to push you super far in, and then you're going to have to pump your way back out before you get to cliffs. All right, but anyway, so let's say you take off from Jump Rock Chip 2, you go again, it's a 500-meter line, you fall down. Okay, so now you're here in this mansions area. What's tricky about, so what I think you should do here is you're looking for this rock formation, and you want to get as close to this little rock formation as you can, obviously without hitting it or where before it gets too shallow, because you're going to be able to take off here, and you're going to have a little bit of time before you hit the next rock formation, okay, to get outside. Um, you could try taking off out here, but it's not really a chip shot. It's like super foamy. It's just hard to get into. The problem with chipping at mansions rather than paddling all the way back to Jump Rock chips is that you're gonna have to pump through the surf, which can be taxing. Um, and again, this line right here. It's a pretty steep pump to get outside, and you need to get outside before you hit cliffs. Once you start getting in this cliffs area again, you're going to see like a lot of groundswell, and the groundswell is fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. Doesn't help you get better at reading bumps. Again, uh, learning to read the bumps is going to be key, and we'll get more into that here in a second. But so we're going to take this line out here again, 500-meter pump, and you're going to probably fall over here somewhere. Hopefully not. I hope you make it. Okay, this is again um, first time just trying to pump your ass off. Okay, so now you come over to cliffs. When you get to cliffs, don't try and take off on these outside peaks. You can try, I guess, but Diamond Head is like surprisingly powerful. You know, there's a lot. The water's going from deep to shallow really fast. There's all kinds of refractions or orographic lift occurring on the cliffs. So, and plus obviously the wind. So like I said, Diamond Head surprisingly strong wave. So I don't recommend taking off on the outside. But also, when you're looking for the chip, don't go into the inside either. It's too shallow. But there is a middle peak, and what it'll do is it'll certainly break, but it fizzles out fast. Yeah, so you're gonna catch another chip here. It's gonna be the the wave is gonna throw a little bit, but like I said, it hits deep water quickly, and you'll be able to get out to the shoulder pretty cleanly. Once you get that, again, you're pumping outside. It's a tough pump, but it is certainly doable. Just do not turn on the groundswell when you're here. pumping out from cliffs. Again, it's going to be tempting. You're going to be tired. This is a 500-meter pump. Okay, but even over here, there's bumps out here. Okay, even as you're going through the surf line, uh, there'll be a few wind bumps that can help you push you through to get out here. And I think you might actually be able to go if you time it right. You can probably go. I don't time it right. I hit it when I hear that term during surfing because I never time anything right in the water. But so now you're getting outside, but you can see how close you are to the surf line here over at Lighthouse. I'm gonna back out here so you can kind of see where we are on the path. Okay, and Lighthouse, another spot where it goes from deep to shallow really fast. It's really Lighthouse is a specialty wave. Uh, if you've ever surfed there before, you know it does bear. It can barrel certainly. The ride is really short and fast. It can allow for high performance surfing. So basically, it's not built to be foiling in the surf out here. Yeah, so you really need to make sure you get outside at Lighthouse. But again, a 500-meter line. Okay, you had to pump. Worst case, you had to pump 500 meters. You fell. So there's no chips here. All right, it's just it's not even for foiling. Okay, this is all like for surfing, right? And again, this is like a specialty surfers kind of wave. So come on over here to Lighthouse or the Lighthouse chip, which is near a channel. Okay, now you can get these super fun little chips. They're fast, kind of steep, but it'll spit you right into the channel. So you have time to get up to your feet, set your feet, and start reading the bumps. Uh, you can head outside here. This is the corner where the wind starts to blow offshore. Most, if not all, the really experienced downwinders on this run will tell you once you hit Lighthouse to start coming in. While you can, try to make it outside here, coming in, trying to come in now if you're like angling out to sea and then coming back in, especially like by tongs, it's gonna be really hard. Probably not something you want to do on your first few runs. Yeah. So 500-meter pump, and let's say you fell somewhere around here. Okay. You can certainly chip in here over at Sleepy's. I think that's what it's called. Uh, but kind of like over by Mansions, there'll be these rock formations where the wave will break. There'll be a little deep spot and then another rock formation. So you got to get in and out like super duper fast, and you got to get pumping and moving on to your next plan of attack. Uh, so let's say you did get the chip at Sleepy's, right? It's really tough to even consider pumping all the way from Sleepy's to Suey's. You're gonna have to pump outside, hopefully get into the bumps. There isn't really a lot. You're gonna have to rely on some groundswell. Like you really got to get lucky here. That's why I didn't draw a line. Yeah, but hopefully you'll somehow get to Suey's. Okay, we got to Suey's. Again, we catch a chip here. And then you're going over to Tongs. You can even come in at Suey's if you want to. But we're headed over to Tongs. Once we get to Tongs, forget what this little place over here is, right? But you can hopefully, if you're a good pumper, you can pump over to Old Man's and you can use, there are some bumps that'll certainly help you, and you can keep going all the way into Kaimanas over here. Okay. So that's basically the run. Hope somebody finds this helpful.